Hello everyone, welcome. This week's video, I'm going to open up and share my feelings and thoughts about my adoption. Thanks again for tuning in to this video. Before I dive into my adoption story, I just want to encourage you to like this video. That will boost the amount of people it will reach, and that will be very helpful. Maybe it'll find more people that are thinking about adopting kids. Maybe this will reach people that have been adopted. So we can help promote it together just by simply clicking on the like button, and I really appreciate that. By subscribing to my channel, you'll be subscribing to Embracing Your Uniqueness. This is kind of a channel that is dedicated to love, acceptance, understanding, and growth. I believe in the power of self-development. I encourage other people to go on that journey within, and within that journey you will find so much joy and happiness, and to be able to bring that and share that with other people is wonderful. So, as I tell people, we all have a special story to share, and I think it takes courage and it takes some bravery and boldness to be able to truly put that story out there for the world to enjoy. A big piece of my story is that I was adopted, and I was adopted from Asuncion, Paraguay from a Red Cross hospital. I was adopted at age 8 months old. I don't have much information on the details of my adoption. One can assume a child born in a developing country with, born with disabilities was maybe too much of a burden for my mother, or I'm not sure if I had a family, but possibly that would have explained my mother making that hard decision to put me up for adoption. And that has to be one of the hardest decisions, to have the inner strength and the foresight to know that by making this decision, you're hoping that that child enters in a better life than you can provide. And that's so powerful. I was adopted by my parents, and they are my parents. I don't consider my parents as my adoptive parents, and I don't have a separation with my family up here in any way. I was raised in the United States of America, and I identify with all things good and bad with the United States of America. But I am a Paraguayan. And growing up in my family, I always knew that I was adopted. It was open, and it was honest, and it was on the table. And I feel that that is helpful. So, I feel that that gave me a way over time to just be so comfortable and just not see it as this strange, phenomenon, being adopted. Also, what made it very easy for me in my circumstance was my family was large, and my parents had 3 kids of their own and adopted 5 total. So we were a large, dynamic family, and that also normalized the adoption thing, because that's just who we were. We were a giant unit. My parents have an amazing amount of love, and they care deeply for giving people to give to people. I don't know how else to put it. They, obviously they took on so many kids from around the world with different disabilities, and provided them with every opportunity they could possibly do that. And I'm so grateful for that. I would really like to bring my parents on, if they're willing, to kind of give their perspective of going through their adoption. So look forward to having that conversation with them. I know, bits and pieces of how they feel about everything, but I think that would be an interesting thing to do. Now in my journey in my life, and all my commitment to my self-development and my self-understanding, acceptance, growth, and love, is that I've been thinking more and more about, just how my adoption affected me, or affects me, or is a part of my story. The tougher side of being adopted is the question marks. Not knowing who you are in certain levels. Not having parents that you see yourself into, not having siblings that look like you. Growing up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, there's really no one that I have, I've never met another Paraguayan in Pittsburgh. When I lived in New York City, I met one person from Paraguay. So not seeing many people that look like you as well. Now that I'm starting to have my own family, my fiance and I are going to get married, and we plan on having a child of our own, and I've been wanting more and more to go back to Paraguay to just experience what it is to walk on the soil of where I was born, and what that all would feel like. I don't have a drive to find my birth parents or reconnect with that family, not because of any animosity, or just purely, I just feel like my life is so connected to where I'm at, and I'm so grounded in the family that I have. Personally, I don't see that being my need. And if you're watching this and you're adopted, or if you're watching this and you're considering adoption, I think that that's definitely a personal choice. However, I am excited to be a part of Asuncion, Paraguay, and I want to be more connected to that world. The culture and the smells and the sights and just the feeling. And I definitely want that for our child, to be connected, to know, and to proudly say that, yes, my father is Paraguayan, and I am too. If you're watching this video and you are considering adoption, I just want to send out that energy and that support that I can, and feel free to comment or send me a direct message, and if you have questions, because it's a hard process, I know, and it's a big decision. There's a lot of ups and downs. I feel like they're, even watching my brothers who have been adopted in my adoption, it's a bit of a roller coaster, it's not all just roses, and I think that you have to be brave enough to understand that, it's a wonderful thing, but it has many sides to it. And I really believe that you have to know and feel and face all the sides. If you are adopted out there and you want to write a message to me and just give me your thoughts, I'd really appreciate that too. A harder side of my adoption that I never really addressed was finding that courage and that acceptance of just not truly having all the answers. To walk into a doctor's office and a doctor asks you about your family history and you don't have one to present is hard. Not truly understanding maybe the quirks in the inners of your personality by association of, brothers and sisters is hard. But this is all something that I recently have been able to find the courage to involve myself into, self-development and self-acceptance. I have a unique story to share. And I believe and I hope that just putting this out there and just saying it's been hard to not have such a solid grasp on my identity. And it's taken me a lot of years to grow into that comfort. I hope that I can be helpful to other people. And I believe that even if you're not adopted, that you're going to have that struggle. One of the hardest things is just defining your true identity and, staking that claim to your unique journey and your story. Mine is just a little bit more, I think, my uniqueness is a little bit more obvious, I guess you could say, or maybe that it's just a little bit more on the table, just, being adopted. So anyway, I hope that this is a video that can start the conversation. A video that can open up the world to let, as we can be able to just speak our truths a little bit more, we can find that strength to say, yes, this has been a great, joyous, wonderful experience, and I am so lucky, but it's been hard. And if you're going to adopt a child, understand the level of complexity going into it, and that will probably help you be a stronger adoptive parent. Or if you are adopted, for me to just put this out there and say, I am so blessed and happy, but I have had struggles too. I am so excited to have my family, build my family, connect the beautiful life that I have here in the United States, and can make that connection back to Asunción, Paraguay, and truly unite and make the most of my life. And to me, making the most of this amazing opportunity, it would be to connect my family, my world up here, to the world of Asunción, Paraguay, to get to know both. I have dual citizenship. I think that in this world is one of the greatest gifts. And I want to take full advantage of that. And I want to grow this channel and help others embrace their uniqueness, share their special story. So thank you very much for watching. And I look forward to exploring this topic and exploring my adoption more here on this channel. Please subscribe to this channel, like this video so it gets out there to more people. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Embrace your uniqueness. You have a special story to share. You have a life that is full of abundance and love. And the more you have inside for yourself, the more you have to give to others.